What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel, Da Vinci Build. I'm your host, Da Vinci, and welcome to another episode of Da Vinci Build. Thank you for following, guys. Thank you for watching another video. I appreciate that. So on this episode, I planned something special for you guys. All right, we're starting off nice and good in this episode, guys. We are working on the Civic. Yes, we are. So it's a 2000 Civic Ex. Resembles my first car. Mine was a 96. Couple year difference, but it doesn't matter. It's still the same chassis, which is EJ8, aka EK. So it's EK Civic for now, I guess. Same color, 5-speed manual, coupe. Everything just resembles exactly like my first car, so it's very special, and we're gonna be working on it on this second episode. As I said in the first episode, it is a full interior, or was a full interior. I am gonna gut it, and I am gonna cut it so I can do it into a race car. Hey, JK, guys, I'm not gonna do that. It's a pretty mint interior. I'm not gonna gut it. I'm not gonna do anything. I have all the pieces inside. The main reason why it's like this at this point is because of this. Because of this guy right here. So that came with the car. It also came with an amp. And that amp was placed under this seat over here. And all the wires were running through here, coming out through there. And it was a mess. I'm sorry, but it was a mess. As you can see, I put it in the back of the sub, routed everything. So sorry, guys, that you missed a portion of it, but I gotta get used to grabbing a camera and when I come out and do this stuff. But one night I was just like, you know what? I gotta start researching how to, do wiring, because let me show you something so you can get a better understanding of this. All this right here, all this, all this, all this, all this. Imagine all this inside of there. Was all inside of there. So one night I came in here and I said, you know what, I want to see what's in back of that radio, because from the outside, like I said in the first video, it looked good, it looked complete. But once you started moving some stuff, like let's say the passenger seat, then you could see the amp with all the wiring just, loose. The amp was loose there. It was just doing stuff. And then once you got under the dash, you could see the wires hanging from the dash, and you could see, you could just see wiring. And once you took off the radio, this what was behind it. Yeah. So, guys, I am not a wiring person at all. I have never done wiring, especially in a car, since in my first car, same as this one, remember, I had some fog lights that I tried to wire up myself, and I ended up blowing almost every fuse in the car. So I said, F that after that, and never again touch wiring inside a car. So the first time I seen this, I was like, yeah, no. But you know what? I was like, I want to do it. I want to take another skill, do it better. So I said, I'm going to buy the tools. And guys, I didn't buy hundreds of dollars of tools. I went on Amazon, bought like a $20 soldering tool. It came with almost everything to solder wires. Just bought whatever was left, which is a couple bucks. Ordered it, watched a couple of YouTube videos, used one of these wires to practice probably practiced like 2 times before I was like, I'm ready, send it. All right guys, so you're gonna have to use your imagination on this one. All right, so this is the old plug, and all that wiring was in here. This was dangling from these 2 wires, and the radio was hardwired into this harness. So it was just crimped and hardwired, and this was just dangling. So what I did was I took off the radio with the harness, with its own harness, an aftermarket radio, and cleaned that up. Did that on the side, cleaned the harness up, bought the actual adapter harness that goes onto that, and this, I cut it, I sourced out another plug, and I spliced in wire per wire, and then I soldered it. So I soldered the harness adapter into the radio harness, which is somewhere. I'll show it to you guys right now. And then I soldered this. After I spliced it, I soldered them, and I re-wrapped it, put the OEM tubing back on, and then wrapped it in some electrical tape so it looks better, it's more safe, you know, and hopefully it works. Like I said, I've never done this before. This is literally the first time that I've tagged wiring like this, let alone install a whole audio system. Basically installed it because I used a little bit, I used the speaker wire, but basically everything else I sourced out and redid it. The power wire from the battery all the way to the amp, the ground, the remote bass, because when you turned it up, all you could hear was bass, no music. So sourced that out. I kept the RCAs and the input cable and ran everything. So now in the middle, all we have, instead of a jungle of wires when I first got it, the only thing we have now is the OEM radio plug, which comes with the little cigarette lighter one. So that goes there. We have the OEM AC controls, which I never touched. That was there. That's okay. The antenna, the amp, RCAs, and input cable, and the remote bass knob, which I will kind of get better once I find a spot to install it. All right guys, so on the next step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna test the audio. So now that I'm done running the wiring, like I said, I ran the whole power wire, ground wire, I ran the input wire, I ran the RCA and the remote bass knob wire. It is connected to the amp right now. The only thing I gotta do now is connect the actual radio, which is this bad boy right here. JK, this one came with the car. So like I said, I reused majority of the parts. Well, kind of majority. Try to make it look better. But did the best that I could. Reattached it and made it more stable. So now, before putting everything in and starting to put all the interior back in, we're gonna test it and see if it worked. So cross your fingers, because I've never done this. So this is the adapter that goes to the radio, and then this plugs into the OEM harness. It's the one that I guys told you before that I did on my own. I soldered it and then I just taped it up and made it look good, you know. So first time doing it. If I can do it, you can too. So let's test this out, guys. I connected the harness to the radio and not connecting the harness to the OEM plug. That plugs in there, and then connecting just for research purposes. No, I'd rather research this. Okay. Alright guys, battery's connected, nothing exploded, nothing caught on fire. We're good, I guess. Till now, we'll see. Here comes nothing. Oh, I see a green light on the amp. Alright, let's see here. Oh, oh. It freaking worked. That worked. Alright guys, so everything worked as you can see. I just gotta finish this up, which is put a little solder on this so I'll make it permanent, and I try to make it as workable as I can. Let's try it one more time. No, I'm gonna tip it up. Let it go down. That's all I got. No. Check it up. All right, guys. We're back. We had to take a little break. It got hot outside. Phones got hot. I got hot. We all started stuttering. So we're back. What I did off camera while you guys weren't seeing was I just installed a couple. After testing the stereo and checking that, you know, it worked, and it worked. All the speakers sound and the sub and amp turn on. They do their thing. The remote bass knob does its thing. So we're good, guys. We're good to put everything back together. The only thing I did off camera was I put the plastics back onto the dash, under the dash, because I had to mount the bass knob. And that's kind of boring, so I didn't want to show you guys that. I mounted the bass knob. It's mounted, as you can see over here. If you look in there, you're gonna see that I put the plastics back on. They are pretty sturdy. Put the radio on, 4 bolts. This has like 6 bolts all together. 4 bolts for the radio. It's in there. It's not going anywhere, believe me. And then this is on, and then this plastic is on. And I ended up putting the bass knob right here, since I put the seat on right now, just on it. I was kind of feeling it where I wanted it, and this panel had a hole already here, so I kind of took advantage of that little hole to pass the cable through there and mount the bass knob right here, and I can still use the coin holder, and it's right there. So that's on. Now guys, now that that's done and hardest part is done, now is the fun part. Let's put it back together. I'm gonna set it back just how I took it off. So this is the last piece I took off. It goes right here. I believe. I think, if I'm not mistaken. All right, guys, got done with the plastics right here. Put them on both sides. That's this side, that side. Got the plastics for the kick panels in. So all that is done. My next move is gonna be put the rear seats on, get that bolted in, and then after that, I got some surprises for you guys. So let me get that. All right, guys, got the back seats in, got them all in, got them all tied. Seat belts work. Can't see anything. Just a little bit right there, but it's all right. Now, what's left is the center console and the seats. But before doing that, I got something for you guys. I got some new pieces that will go in before finishing it up. All right, guys, I got that in. Kind of put everything together right there. So now the only parts that I'm missing is this one, which is this one right here, and then the armrest. But before I put this one on, it came without a shift put, but that's part of the new pieces that I got for you guys. Let me install that real quick and I'll show you guys how it looks. All right, guys, I got it installed. It is a shift put from an actual SI, new, sourced it out real cheap. We're gonna be putting that on because it's more elegant, more OEM plus, as you can say. So we'll see how that fits into here shortly. That fucking looks nice. Whew, all right, guys, I got done installing the center console. As you can see, installed the rear view mirror, complete that. Like I said, we are finishing this interior up with all the small little pieces that it didn't have before. And right now what I did was I installed, like I said, I installed the EM1 boot shift, and I paired it up with a EM2 shift knob so you could connect it right here. As you can see, I never liked the original boot where it just dangles and goes down and up. I never liked that, so I sourced this out, and looks nice, looks OEM, because it is, but not from this car. That looks way better. Now I have a couple more surprises and then we'll be done with this interior, guys. So let me go get them. All right, guys, so the next thing that we're gonna put on, like I said, after all the little finishing touches, got a couple more things. This steering wheel has to go because, as you can see, it is very old and ripped. So this is the steering wheel that we're going to be putting on. Compared to the old one, yeah, big difference. So this is from an EM2 as well, just the shift knob, and this is from an EM2, and we're just going to put it on, make it look better. All right, let's get it done. Got it installed. EM2 steering wheel, as you can see, looks a lot better. It looks a lot fresher, a lot nearer. Fits the new shift boot with the little black accents here and there. So guys, we're almost done. Next thing is I'm gonna be putting on the seats, and then one more thing to finish the interior off. So let's go get that. All right, guys. So clean up the seats a little bit and about to bolt them in. So I'll go ahead and do that. All right, got the seats in. They're nice. Now to finish it off, last piece of the puzzle, some OEM floor mats. Hopefully. Take a look. Oh, nice. Very nice. A little bit dirty, but they're used, but it'll work. What I want it for. All right. Let's put them on. Like this. Like this. Oh, qué bonito quedan. Me va bien for sure. All right, guys. Floor mats are in. Seats are in. Everything is in. It is done. It is finished. It has a sound system that hopefully still works after putting all the plastics in there. But there she is right there. There she is right there. Clean install. You can't see no wires all the way around except for those. But that's the ECU. We'll get to that later since it has to do with what we're going to do with the engine. But besides that, you know, all the audio wire is completely hidden. You can't see anything. Not even if you move the seat front or back, you know. You move it front, forward, no cables anywhere. So let's see if she still works. All right, guys, so it's the next day, allegedly. I finished it, and then I went to try it out, and unfortunately it didn't work. Something wasn't right. I went to go try the bass wasn't turning on. But luckily for me, it turned out to be just the plastic. Well, not the plastic. It turned out to be just the RCAs that got disconnected. So all I had to do was take the plastics from the bottom to get to the radio again, connect the RCAs, put it back up real quick. Took me like 20-30 minutes, but by the time I did that, the sun was already down and you couldn't really see me, so I decided to end the night right there. So today I'm just saying to you guys that it worked. Everything works. The interior is all in, like I put it in the last scene. Everything's in. I'll probably just give you guys one more walk around in the interior just so you guys see all the new stuff that we added throughout the video, and just how it looks. And yeah, just take a look. Guys, well, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching the full video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys like what we did to the Civic in this video. We are going to do a lot more stuff to it. A lot of more stuff is to come. Just give it some time and I'll make the best content, believe me. Thank you guys again for watching. Please, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next episode, because we are going to do something about these wheels. What is it? We don't know yet. We'll see. You guys will find out. Stay tuned, guys. See you on the next one.